So a few years ago, we created a little free library in our parking strip. It's been a real pleasure, and at the time I installed it, I put a light on the inside so that when one opens the door, the light turns on and they can see the books at night. However, someone came by one day and stole the light out of the inside, I don't know, on a goof. And I didn't make a video about how I installed it, so I thought when I replaced it I would go ahead and make a little video about how I installed the light. I started with a closet light from Dollar Tree. This is a really inexpensive light, 3 LED light that you would put on the inside of a closet with double stick tape. Takes 3 AAA batteries, super cheap, but it's got 3 LEDs in it, which are great. If you're looking for LEDs and you don't want to buy a big bunch of them, Dollar Tree is a great place to start. You can scavenge LEDs out of several of their different products. So I started by removing the back. That little disc is the mounting disc that you would mount on the inside of your closet, and you can see when I remove it, it exposes the holder for the battery. That insert, the black insert, is just sitting inside the cup. There's no glue or tabs or anything holding inside that blue cup. And so just by jiggling it, you can remove it. And once you do remove it, you're left with all the little parts of the light. There's a blue ring. That's the little cup that is on the outside. A clear plastic lens. The reflector for the LEDs, which also acts as the spring for the light. The little battery holder with a super cheap circuit board and the switch on the inside, and of course the disc to mount it with. The switch on the inside of the circuit board is what we're going to replace in order for our project to work. There's the little circuit board. You can see there's 3 LEDs on it, and on the back side there's a resistor, and then the switch. So there I've used the solder removal tool. You can see that little tool up above to remove the solder and pop the switch out of the little circuit board. The switch has 3 prongs on it, only 2 of which are needed, the center one and one of the other sides of the switch. And so we only need to put in 2 wires for our switch to work. You can see there's the 2 holes I'm going to target, the bottom 2 holes of the circuit. And there's the switch that I got from Radio Shack. Now this is a normally closed switch, which means that when you're not touching it, it's on, but when you push the button, it turns off. It's often called a dead man switch. So this is obviously what we want to use for the door, because when the door is closed, we want the light to be off. Otherwise, it's pressing on the switch when the door is closed, so the light's off. And when we open the door, then the switch turns on. That's how we want it to work. But before we put the switch in, I need to make a path for the wires. So I took my soldering iron, burnt a couple little holes in the side of the vinyl disc that holds the batteries, and then took my pliers, side cutters there, you can see them on the bench, and just notched out a little hole so I can slip the whole thing together once I put it, solder it in. There's the switch. You can see the wires running through the 2 holes on the vinyl battery holder, and there's the little circuit board. You can see them wired into holes. And finally, there it is. The switch is working and the light is on. And finally, the last step would be to put it in the library. You can see at the corner of this little door is the switch that just extends just beyond the edge of the door, so that when I close the door, the switch closes and turns off the light, and then you can see the light hanging from the ceiling.